Check mic 1 2 1 2. What's up, y'all? And welcome back to another episode of Speak Your Mind Radio. I'm your hostess with the mostest, Queen Star, aka Miss Hip Hop. And we have a beautiful artist with us today. She's a songwriter, R&B singer, and the voice behind the new LP GEMINI. So all the way from Philadelphia, give it up for your girl, Jada.
What's up, y'all?
How you doing today, Jada?
I'm really good, and I'm happy to be here.
That's good. I'm happy you're here too. Well, I usually like to start off all my episodes with an icebreaker question for the artist. So are you ready?
Okay.
Okay, so name one song that describes your life. And it could be a song that you actually written or just a song that you really like from a different artist.
I gotta think about this one. Well, since we're talking about my EP, I'm just gonna choose one off of it.
Okay.
So I'm gonna say, at this moment, Can't Be Friends. That song, yeah. So I had a wild summer, y'all. I do not want y'all to judge me. But Can't Be Friends is basically about, like having a really good friendship with someone of the opposite sex. And then you guys have kind of a flirtation going here and there, but nothing ever comes of it until they get into a relationship, and then everything goes downhill and you're like, why'd it have to happen now? Why, now we can't be friends because you kind of crossed the line that you shouldn't have crossed, on top of the fact that you're with somebody and I don't want to be that girl, so I gotta cut my losses here.
Yeah, I've been there before too, so I totally understand. That song was a really, really good song, and you got a storytelling type of vibe. I don't want to compare you to other artists or whatever because you're your own unique person. But you got good storytelling like Keisha Cole. She keep it real.
Right, she does.
And I really appreciate that about your art and everything. And just a lot of more other things I'm gonna jump into after I get through with some of these questions I want to ask you. How did you start singing? How long have you been singing and writing your own music?
So I've been singing and writing since I was about 10.
Wow.
But I started doing it professionally I dropped my first single 2016. So it's been roughly 4 years, coming up on 4 years actually, because I dropped it in February. But yeah, it took a lot for me to do it. I was used to doing cover videos. I did do shows previously, but when it comes to writing your own stuff and dropping it, it's completely different. There's a different level of intimacy there. And you just have to be willing to be open and be willing to let other people into your truth. And I feel like that's why for this EP, I decided to just drop all the walls and talk about the things I'm ashamed of, talk about my feelings openly, because it's very easy to be okay, I don't want to drop this song because people are going to judge me and think that I'm somebody that's interfering with another person's relationship. I don't want to, be perceived that way. But life happens, mistakes happen, you learn from them, that's how you grow. And if I can help someone else realize that you are not your mistakes and you can learn from what you've done and be a better person for it, then I feel like I've done my job.
Yeah, you definitely have. That actually makes for the best type of craft when you get life experiences from your own perspective and you write about it and you're no longer in that space anymore. That's the reason why you're releasing it,
And it helps you to heal. And no one's perfect. And I feel like I like to be perceived as perfect, which is why like I feel like that song particularly is like a really rough song for me, because I'm just like, if people ask me if it's real, I'm gonna say no. But you know, I'm gonna be honest.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. And your honesty shows throughout this whole entire album. But I want to ask you, as an artist, what do you look for, like, inspiration to write your pieces? What other artists do you look up to? Like, do you what kind of classics do you listen to get you in that mood?
So usually when I write, because I try not to listen to a lot of other people's music when I'm writing, because subconsciously I've noticed that I'll tend to write things similar to it.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as artists that I want to model my craft and my career after, I really admire not so much her sound, but like her business model, Rihanna. Like, I love how like she's branching off into like every industry, and she's not like stuck in one box. Like, I really want to, like, once I get to where I need to be in the music industry, I want to also like have my hand in almost every
and everything
industry.
Yeah.
And you know, yeah, because like music, you know, you aren't guaranteed to be at the top all the time for the rest of your life. So like, yeah, milk it while you're there, but then also while you're there, be smart and like do other things. That way, when that dries up, you're not, you know, SOL.
Right, exactly. See, you learning that from other artists, so you know when you get there, you got to put your hands in everything else to, you know, make that money come.
Yeah, because you never know, like anything can happen, and it's just like athletes too. You never know when your injuries can come. You know, life happens.
You are so right. Are you
quick, and you just have to be prepared for it.
Right.
I was in school, so I went to school for audio engineering, so like mixing and mastering, like the whole production side of making music. So like I did that so that like when I go to the studio and, you know, I'm there with the engineer, like I can tell them exactly what I want. I could be like, that doesn't sound right. I want you to fix this. You know, so I could be more in the process and just help craft, you know, and help design how I want my sound to be, rather than it all being in someone else's hands.
See, you already have a smart business mind, and it seems like you have a really good drive, and your ambition is definitely there. So, now I want to get into the album Gemini. You know, I want to ask you. I feel like it's a cliche question to ask. Oh, why did you name your album Gemini? You know what I'm saying? Because I have my own like perception of it. I mean, are you a Gemini?
I am.
Okay, so that answers all the questions. No, I'm just playing.
Yeah. So I named it Gemini because I feel like I have a tendency of being very hot and cold unintentionally. So like the way I ordered the songs, like the first few are about really missing someone, you know, wanting them back, wanting to give another shot. And then it goes into, you know, the middle two, which is Can't Be Friends and On Call. On Call is about, you know, having somebody on call. If I call you, I want you here.
Yes, boo.
Like, that's the song where, like, you know, you're trying to get over this person. You're like, okay, obviously this isn't going to work. Let me go into my, like, you know, I don't like calling it a whole face, but, like, you start getting into that mindset where you're like, you know what? My heart's broken, but maybe if I'm under somebody else, you know that thing, like the best way to get over someone is to get under someone else.
Yes.
Like that whole thing. And then, you know, run it back. Like you want me back. I don't want you back anymore. And then the last song is Let's Try This Again. So like, it's just like full circle. Like I like to pretend like things don't bother me, but they do. But I will never let anybody know that it bothers me.
Exactly. And now I see that your whole album was kind of like different phases and levels of your emotions, your storytelling, perspective of the things that you went through. And like I said, those albums make for the best albums in my eyes because it's real raw and emotional.
Yeah, and it's real life and people can relate to it because all of us in some way, shape, or form have been through heartbreak or, have felt like we're not what someone else wants or have, been in a, unrequited love situation.
Mm-hmm.
So like, and if you haven't, it'll probably happen at some point.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry to say it.
I know that's right, honey. I know. Yeah. That unrequited love is like the worst.
It hits different. It hits deep.
Yeah, it hits a lot more deep. I want to talk about some of my favorite songs off the album. Now one song that I was really feeling, you already said it though. You said all the songs that I loved. Run It Back, Honey. I love when you sing, you play with Jada, you get burned. That shit was dope to me. Girl, yes, honey. I also like it when you sing, you thought when you disappeared, I'd be fucked up. Like, nah, nigga.
Nah, you don't have it like that.
No, exactly. And I just love that. That's one of my favorite lines when you were singing it. Because I feel like you said earlier, every woman has been there, giving her all, and, you end up looking played or whatever when you end up moving on. And now this dude got to watch you from the sidelines because he wish he could get that old thing back,
Yeah.
And it's just not going to happen. Like, you had your shot.
You didn't want it then, and now you want it because someone else has it, and that's not how it works.
Exactly. That's not how it works. So, this sounds cliche too, because I kind of know exactly where you're coming from, but if you want to be truthful and honest real quick, what experience influenced you to write such a truthful and honest song? I mean, did this necessarily happen to you, or you was just writing from a place of not your imagination, but just a songwriting place?
Right. So Run It Back is actually about my ex.
Mm-hmm.
And I dated him for 5 years.
Wow.
Yeah, we were friends for some time before that.
Wow.
But we had an on and off relationship throughout those 5 years. And near the end, it was long distance because I moved, to Philly. But he wasn't faithful. Okay. So, mm-hmm. Yeah. And I kept taking him back until, I got to a point where I knew, like, this isn't going to work. This isn't what I want. Like, everybody has to get to that point themselves. Like, my mom would tell me, like, he's no good for you. Like, you can do better than him. Mm-hmm. And, like, I agreed. But, like, you have to get to that point yourself for it to stick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I agree.
Because you can only give someone so much advice,
mm-hmm.
and they're going to do what they want to do regardless.
I was just about to say that. Because ain't it like when your parents tell you, oh, don't do this, don't do that, it makes you kind of want to do it even more?
Yeah.
Like, stop telling me not what to do.
Talking about. You tell me no, I want to see why you telling me no.
Right. You said I want to see why.
Yeah, it got to be good. You saying no.
I'm telling you, honey. I'm telling you. That's so funny.
But yeah, so he's been reaching out to me consistently. I broke up with him, trying to get back with me. He even tells me about, like, because he was dating this girl for, like, after we broke up, he started dating this new girl, and they had been dating for like 4 years.
What?
But every time something wrong went on between them, he would reach out to me and be like, "You're so right about what you said about me. Like, no one makes me feel the way you make me feel," like telling me all the ins and outs of their relationship. It just, I'm like, okay, but it's over. Yeah. I can't be your friend. I don't want to be your friend. Especially since you told me that my dream wasn't meant for me.
What?
Exactly. Yeah. So that's where that line, "Oh, you so proud of me now. Ain't want me then, how about now," comes from.
Yes, get it, girl. Yes, use that fire.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah, that was a really hot joint. And another one of my favorite songs off the Gemini album, you said this too, but it's On Call.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna tell you why I love this song. I love the use of personification that you and implemented in there, like of comparing it to like a job,
Yep.
to a man fulfilling your position of what it's always like to be there for his lady. You know what I'm saying? Like, does he fit your qualifications?
Right. Do you have the experience?
Mm-hmm. And that's another line you said that I really dug. You said, "Do you have experience? We can skip the training, and it can be your first day." I love that. I thought that was very sexy.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're very creative.
I love that song. I love that song so much.
I do too, because it's what every woman wants, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what every woman
Men
wants.
love to be able to do that, but as soon as a woman does things like that, it's an issue.
Mm-hmm.
Like that whole double standard, I don't understand. Like, we're all human. We all have, needs. So why is it that when you're fulfilling yours, it's okay, but when another woman does it, it's like, oh no, like you're doing too much. Like, you're this, you're that. Start calling names and stuff, but we don't call you names.
Exactly. That double standard is a double sword. I mean, double-edged sword to me. But like in this song, what creative measures did you take in writing this particular joint for your listeners?
Yeah, so I wrote this from the perspective of one of my friends.
Okay.
Yeah. And I was just thinking but I was thinking about doctors, right? Mm-hmm. Because doctors, like, most of the time they're always on call. They have this beeper on them. If it goes off, they got to stop what they're doing. They got to go. It don't matter where they're at. They could be at dinner with their wives. They could be out with their children. But if that goes off, it's an emergency. You got to put everything down and go.
Exactly.
And then I started thinking about, like, the things that you usually experience in a job. There's an interview. They ask you what type of experience you have. You, at some point, if you get the job, start talking about uniforms, like appropriate attire,
mm-hmm.
Availability. You talk about different things. Mm-hmm. So then I tried to find a way to fit that into the realm of sexuality, of like your relationship with someone else.
Man.
Like, do you have availability for me? You already got the uniform. You came into the world with your uniform.
I love you.
So I'm gonna worry about that one.
Yeah, right.
But the experience, that's a tricky subject there.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of men think they have the experience because of the number of women they might have encountered. Mm-hmm. But that doesn't necessarily mean that you have the skill.
Ooh, yes. And they think they got the experience because they got the equipment.
Right. Quality over quantity, because, listen, there are some men, even though they got it, they don't know what to do with it.
That's right. And we got to teach them,
Yeah. And I don't want to have to teach you. That's the point. That's where the experience comes in.
Exactly.
Come to me ready. I don't want to have to tell you how to do what you should already know how to do.
Right. I like that. Jada, like, I just got to tell you right now, you have such a magnificent sounding voice. I'm not going to lie. Like, when I first heard you, I immediately, before I saw the cover, thought of the singer Jhené Aiko, because I'm serious, because your voice is so light, but it's full of soul, and your songs, I'm not gonna lie, they be on point.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. And speaking of songs that are on point, my favorite song off the entire freaking album is I Really Like Fuck With You. Girl.
Yes. No, that was one of my favorites too.
Yes.
Like the middle part, like the little rapping type / singing part.
Mm-hmm. And the message too.
Yeah.
like, you know, you just got to be like straight up with a guy and, you know, like let him know what you want and still play that role of hard to get without pushing them away. Cause, you know, guys need a little help sometimes.
Because they like to chase. They don't want you to come on too strong.
Mm-hmm.
But they still want you to act like you like them. So it's a balance.
Exactly. It's definitely a balance. And with that being said, I gotta play a snippet of Fuck With You right now on air because this is a vibe that I want to send out to all the listeners out there. So you guys, this is, oh shoot. I gotta find it. Hold on. I did not expect for this to happen, so just give me a second.
Sorry.
But this song is so cool or whatever. Like I said, all your songs have been relatable, and they stand out amongst a lot of artists that I've come across, you know. And so I just gotta play this song right quick. And this is Fuck With You. And yeah. I'm just still finding it. Just give me a little second.
All right.
So
no worries. No worries. I'm chilling.
Cool. Here it is. Fuck With You, Jada Lee.
The other side of my bed is so cold. I wish you were here to hold me close. Nobody makes me feel the way you do, so I settle. I'd rather stay to myself. I can't love nobody else. What would you do if I called you up right now? I know it's been a while. I have something to tell you. I have some things to show you, baby. I just wanna fuck with you all night. I just wanna love you all night. I just wanna be with you for life. That's right. I just wanna fuck with you all night. I just wanna love you all night. I just wanna be with you for life. Is that too much to ask?
Woo! Yes, guys. I love that song so much. That right there was Fuck With You by Miss Jada Lee, okay?
Yeah.
You guys
gotta
check
it out.
For real. Like, for real. I don't want to end this interview, but I want to thank you, Jada, for a terrific time with you and sharing your lovely music with us today. And before I end this segment, I would like to do some fun questions with you. Is that okay?
Yeah, I'm down.
Cool. So, if you could travel back into time, what's one thing that you would change?
I would change that time my mom perms my hair because
I love you.
Because let me tell you, it done scarred me for life.
Jesus, say it.
That's what I would change. I was trying to be grown and I wanted my hair straight, and now I regret it.
Yeah, I hear that. And you got some beautiful hair too, so
thank you.
You're welcome. That's funny, man. Okay. Who is your dream artist collaboration with?
Ooh. Chris Brown, because you know, anytime he get on the track, it's fire.
That's true. That is so true. And it seemed like he only worked with like model type singers.
I know.
So you would be perfect, okay?
Listen, put me down.
Yes, that would be a hot collaboration because you really can sing for real.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. So what's next for Jada in 2020? Like any new music coming out or music videos? What's up?
Yeah, so I'm going to be looking to see which song is the most popular, and then I'm going to drop a video for it.
Yes.
And then I'm also going to be working on an album, so it's going to be a little bit longer than this one.
I was just about to ask you that. What's it going to be longer?
Longer. I want to do some collabs with some nice Philly artists. You know, there are a few I have my eye on. I'm not going to say no names because I don't want to, you know, jinx it.
Exactly.
But, you know, they're dope. So I'm looking to do some collabs with some other people and, you know, bring some more flavor to me.
Speaking of bringing more flavor to you, are any of those artists MCs, like rappers?
Yes.
Girl, you finna be on fire, honey. I'm serious.
Yep, some rappers, Afro, Caribbean type artists. I'm ready. Bring some fire. Light up the summer.
Yeah, right, exactly. You keep in touch with me because I got to hear more from you. I'm going to have you back on the show to, you know, do an update of your music, especially your new music and the videos is coming out. Thank you again, Jada, for stopping by on Speak Your Mind Radio. Now, tell all the listeners where they can find you and your music on social media.
Yes. Okay. So on Instagram, it is at official Jada Lee, JADALEE. And on all streaming platforms, it's just Jada Lee, and you can search it, and I'm there. You can stream me on Apple, Spotify, Pandora, Amazon, whatever platform you love. And yeah.
You on Pandora too?
My website is www.officialJadaLee.com.
All right, cool. I'm gonna check that out then. So again, thank you for stopping by on Speak Your Mind Radio, and all my listeners, go check Jada Lee out. She's hot. She's what's coming up next. So please show her some love.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
For sure. Bless up and peace out.
Bye.